we just need to open classroom.google.com and click on this plus icon, and then click on create class as a teacher, and students will be joining your class using this button. You will click on create class and have to accept this little confirmation and enter the details like we have created this class using the class name training program and subject is online teaching. And you can provide other details if you have like section, different sections of the class or different rooms of the class. And we have just created this class and this is a fresh new class. Here you will be able to see a class code. Class code is something that is used to join the class. Like you can share copy this class code and share it in your WhatsApp group or share it via email to your students, so that they will be able to join your class using this code. And currently I am going to put this class code in the chat section, and I expect everyone to join this Google Classroom using this code so that we will be able to learn a little practically. Okay, I expect everyone to join this classroom using this code I have provided. What you need to do is, as a student, you need to copy this code. This is just for demo right now, and go to classroom.google.com and click on join class, and it will ask you for the class code. You have to enter it and click on join button. I have joined as a student using this email address. You can do it uh, by yourself too. I'll be able to see how many have few have joined the class. So I am able to see that a few have joined. Let's refresh the page. Yeah, 6 students have already joined the class, and it will be good if most of you will join the class. You will get to learn it better way by joining this class, how classroom works. Or until you all people join, we can have a quick introduction of how classroom works. And here's the dashboard. Like you can change this banner according to your theme or the subject that you are trying to teach to your students. Okay, so you can upload your custom photo, like if you have any kind of banner or something, or you can select the theme from here that matches your agenda of this class. So right now we have online teaching class, so this thing matches a little to our subject, so I'm going to upload it. Now the class looks little nice, and we have this communication section, that is stream section. It is kind of a Facebook feed. uh, we post something in Facebook feed, either it is a photo or a video or something, a post, written post, text, link, or any kind of thing it is, that is shown on the Facebook feed section. And this is something like that, same thing. Anything you will post or students will ask publicly will be shown here. Like you can post any kind of quiz or assignment or something, or you can ask any question to students can reply, or students can ask their queries over here. Okay, that will all be over here. And in the classwork section, we can assign classwork to our students using this create button. We have different types of uh, like things that we can assign to our students. That first is assignment. We can create quiz for the students. We can simply ask a simple question for the students, and we can post reference material or learning resource for the students. And we can also reuse the previous post to make a little changes in it and reuse that post. And here's another thing, that is topic. We know each subject has a few different topics. Like if I talk about online teaching, it has different topics like live classes, Google Classroom, and you can say we have other modules that teach us about MS Office and all, these are the different topics under this subject. We can create those topics and post our assignments and quiz under that particular topic that suits us best, okay, to make our class organized. Okay, in the people section you will be able to see the list of people who have joined your class. Like right now we have 19 students on the board, and in the teacher section, this is only this email address that is in the email address. You can invite other teachers as well as you do in the Google Forms that we have learned earlier. Like we do add collaborators now. We can simply write someone's email address over here and we can add them as a teacher, so they will be able to have access. They can be your principal or headmaster or something, or any kind of authority that wants to have the access of your class. Okay, you can simply give them access from here, or you can also invite the students from here also. You can just type their email address and they will get a invite in their emails to join this class. Okay, here's the marks section. Whenever you will post something like a test or assignment, you will be giving them some marks on the basis of that. And here will you will be able to see the summary of your classroom students, and in which test how well they have scored and something. You will get the better understanding by practical. uh, Thanks, Sarita ji. And yes, like this you can post anything over here. Simply it is for queries. And let's start with assigning few some classwork for the students. And when you will click on create, you will get several options. First I am going to do is I will create some topics under which I will post the content, okay, to make the class in an organized way. So let's say this is class for online teaching and our first topic is Google Classroom. Okay, if you have a physics class, you can create different topics like optics and like diffraction and something, whatever the topics are, like electrostatics or all. Like this you can create different topics. I am going to create a different topics. Okay, and, so for example we have added these three different topics, and whenever we will create a new assignment or anything from here, we will be asked to select a topic from these three, or we can add a new topic over here to post our material or quiz something. So we'll be starting from the most basic thing, that is question. That is the easiest thing to post in the class. So you can simply ask a question to the students, and let's say I am going to ask uh, please introduce yourself in the stream section, or that is some kind of instruction. Say it will not be a question, or you can simply ask like, have you introduced yourself? Children. So this is simply a question. You can ask topic related question. This is not any kind of technical question, just for an example. And you can add instructions over here if you want, like to solve this question. You can provide some instruction, like if you can ask mathematical question, you can give a little instruction how to solve this hint or something. You can select the answer type as a multiple choice or short answer. I'm going to click it multiple choice, and I can give options like yes I do, not yet. Okay, simply you can create a question like this, and on the right side you will see a different panel, and the first option that you are saying is to select a class. Like we have a single class in this using this email address. I am having a single class only, that is training program I have just created. If you have multiple classes, you will get an drop down, and you will be able to select in which of these classes you need to post this question. You can select, like if you have three classes of 12th, or three classes of mechanical engineering or something, you can simply post this question to all of them by selecting those classes from here. Okay, you can see the list of students. Right now I am sending this question to all the students. I can customize this list to send it to some particular students, or prevent this to be sent from to some students if I want. Depends upon the teacher. And you can point this question, you can provide points to the students to answer this question. Right now this question I am going to make it unmarked because it is not a technical topic and it doesn't adds value to the curriculum. Okay, so I am giving it unmarked. And a due date, you can select the due date, like until when students have to submit this question, like the last date to submit this question. Okay, you can select this, today is 27th, and I can select 27th, and right now it is around 5. I can select 17:30, that will be 5:30, and you have to answer this question by 5:30. Okay, so this is how I can select the due time and date. And from here you can select the topics that you have already created, uh, in which topic it does falls under. Okay, I'm selecting no topic right now because it is general, or you can create a general topic. You can create topics from here also, or you can select the previous topics that we have already created. Okay, so we have created this topic, and students can see the class summary. If you will tick this question, then students will be able to see uh, who has clicked the yes button and who has clicked the no button. Simply they will be able to see each other's answer. If you do not want to happen that, you can simply untick that box, and you can ask this question from here. And there's a little drop down. What you can do is you can schedule this question to be asked tomorrow. So this question will be asked tomorrow, or at any scheduled time that you will scheduled. Like right now I will ask this question straightly, and you can save this as a draft if you have not completed with your question, or you have to add some instructions but you are not getting it in your head right now. You can do it later by saving it as a draft. Okay, or you can discard it simply from here. I'm going to ask this question to the class now. So now all the students who have joined the class will be able to see this question right here. Let's scroll. Will posted a new question. How have you introduced yourself to each other? And as a teacher, when I will click on this question, I will be able to see the responses. If someone has responded to this question or not. Right now, no one has responded to this question, and I have assigned to this question to 28 students, that are all the students of this class. And it doesn't matter if you answer the question or not, because it was just for the demo purpose. And here's a little trick with the question section. You can do is you can simply create a question, and I will ask, are you present in the session today, that is 27th 07 and 2020. You can simply ask this question that you are present or not. It is just a little trick. You can make it multiple choice, and you need to add just a single option, that is yes. If the student is present in the class, they will click on yes and submit it. Otherwise, we'll consider that the student is not present in the class and we'll mark them as absent. And those students who have clicked this question as yes, and they will get it, uh, they will get their attendance, okay, for that particular day. And I am going to unmark, make this question unmarked as, and I can create a separate topic, that is attendance, that will have all the attendance records in it, okay, for all the days of the classroom. And I can simply uncheck this. Students should not be able to see the class summary, that who is present or not. And you can check it also if you want. And the due date to submit it is by 27 and 1800. You have to submit this question by 6 o'clock, okay. And I'm going to ask this question. And now I want everyone to like simply answer this question, are you present in the class or not? So we will be able to show you how you will get the interface that students are present or not. I can see some of you are commenting under this question. You do not need to comment this question or write anything. You just need to click on this question, like I'm going to show you in the student section. uh, I can see that a new question has been posted. I will simply click on it, and there's an option to click yes. I will simply click it and click on turn in, and it will be turned in to the teacher. Okay, you don't do not need to comment on it. Okay, so I have answered this question. That means I am present in the class. If someone has not answered, they will, I can consider that they are not present in the class. So until now I can see 8 of the students have answered this question, and I am having the list of students that have answered this question. These are yes, okay. So and they are not answered. So all these students have answered this question until now, and it takes a little time to update. Yeah, it will be updated in the real time. And what I can do is I can check all the students that have handed in the question and click on return. I can put thanks for attendance, okay. It is optional if you want to add a comment or not. I have just added thanks for attendance. It is up to you that you want to add any kind of comment or not, okay. uh, until that, and I handed over to them, a few more have joined the class. You can simply return when all of the students answer the question. So what I can simply do is, we are back to this question, okay, and the teacher section. I will get back to this and open this question as a teacher, and I will get a little settings button over here. When I'll click on this, you will be able to see three options. You want to download this data in the Excel file, or you want to copy this data into Google Sheets. I can just click on copy this data to Google Sheets, and it will open a Google Sheets for me having the data of this question, okay. It is still working. able to see that no one, it is not showing. And let's get back to the marks section. So here I had asked this question that are you present in the class today, or you can simply put the date on front so it will be visible to you easily. Okay, so I can see those who have answered this question are tick marked in this section. Okay, so I can simply mark the attendance of those who have tick mark on this page. Okay, so in this way I'll have the record of all the attendance, okay, of all the students of every day in this mark section. It is an easier way to get the attendance of your students, and you can simply uh, go to create and click on reuse post and select this question uh, from this class. Are you present in the session today? I'll click on reuse, and I'll have this draft over here, and you just need to click on to change the date 28th, or you can simply put this date at front. Okay, and ask this question again, or schedule to be asked on tomorrow. I can schedule this question to be asked on tomorrow at 15:00 at the same time, or sorry, 15. I will ask this question on 16:30 because our session starts on 16:30, and I have scheduled this question and it will be automatically asked tomorrow at 16:30, and you can see it is scheduled, and students will not be able to see this question that it is scheduled to be asked. Okay, let's simply move forward. We are done with taking attendance and asking questions to our students. Our next thing is that we are going to learn is material. uh, if you have any kind of learning resource and material, or if it is a book or a YouTube link or something, helpful article or a research paper or anything you want to share with your students, you can simply share it from here using the material section. You can give it a title that uh, let's say we had created a Google Forms guide earlier. I will share you again it from here, Google Forms guide. Okay, and I can write description over here. That is completely optional. If you want to add, you can add it. uh, a step-by-step guide to Google Forms. Okay, and you can simply click on this add button, and you can add any kind of file that is present in your Google Drive, or you can attach any kind of link that you want to share with your students as a reference or resource, or you can attach a file that is already present in your desktop or like device. It can be mobile also, or you can simply attach a YouTube link from here. Right now I have a file in my desktop. I will click on this, and I can simply, it is also showing me the files that are present in my drive. Okay, I can simply click on browse, that is present on my desktop, and in this folder I will select it, and it's done. And we just have to post it, and we need to select the topic under which it falls, and let's say it falls under Google Classroom topics, and we have selected the topic, and we can simply post it, and the students will be able to see in their section that teacher has posted something new material for them. Okay, let's refresh this page for the student site. Yeah, Scrollwell has posted a new material Google Forms guide, and every student will be able to see this guide from here. It is that simple. Okay, moving to the next topic after posting materials, and we have done with reusing a post, how to reuse a post, and ask the question. We move forward to quiz assignments. Okay, so here's a quiz assignment. If you want to add a quiz, or you simply want to take a test using Google Forms, you can do it using Google Classrooms for here. And when you will click on quiz assignment, it will ask you for topic. You can select a topic from here. Okay, that is Google Classroom. Okay, and you can simply add instructions over here if you want. And for your reference, it automatically creates a Google form that is in the quiz format for you. Whenever you will open this form, uh, it will be in a quiz format, and you just need to simply put the questions over here and create a test. Or if you have already a quiz file or Google Forms file uh, in your Google Drive, you can simply add it from here, that Google Drive, and simply select that quiz that you want to be asked to the students if you have already created it. Okay, so this is a practice test for Google Classroom that we have created, uh, and a feedback form like yesterday, and we were supposed to send it by the end of the session. I am sharing it with you right now, just to show how this happens, and we are going to delete this blank quiz that we have already test that I wanted to share with you all. You can take this test later on after you wrap up the session, and do not need to take this test right now. I'm sharing it just. Okay, and as you all know how to create a test in the previous uh, class of Google Forms, we have learned how to create a quiz. Okay, so I do not need to tell how to create a test, but I can simply give you an overview of this. We have already created this test, and it has been added to this quiz assignment. Okay, uh, I again get an option to schedule or simply assign it right now. I can assign a due date for it. I can assign the due date of tomorrow. Okay, or let's say today, by end of the day, today 11:59. Okay, you have to give it this test, and I can select the topic of Google Classroom, and I can simply select the students that I want to assign them, and you can give points for this test. I am keeping this for 100 points. You can simply give any like 20 points or 200 points anywhere you want. I'm going to keep it for 100 points, and this is a rubric section that will be much helpful while assigning actual assignments, not the quizzes. uh, I will show you in the assignment section how to create a rubric that will be much helpful there. Rather than this, you can simply assign this, and the students will be assigned, and now they have to submit this test by uh, today end of the day. Okay, so whenever I will refresh this page, it will be appeared over here. You must be able to see this test on your stream section when, sorry, in the student site. Yes, I have refreshed this page of student. Yes, I can see that a new assignment is posted, and I can simply open it as a student and click on it to give this practice test. Okay, if you have a time bound test, you can give that link over here. We will learn how to do it. and you have any kind of other link of test, you can give it from here. uh, it is not compulsory that you need to create a Google quiz form. You can simply create an MS quiz, MS forms, and or any kind of other test and post the link over here. Okay, and let's see what else we can do with the Google Classroom Create section. And we have left with this thing that is called assignments. Assignments is something different from quizzes. Like in the quizzes, we just need to answer a few questions based on Google Forms, and in the assignments, we assign a project or task to our students. Like you have to submit these answers by till particular date, or you can simply have to submit this report by a particular time. Okay, so let's say I give you an assignment to create a Google mm, how to create a Google Classroom. I can write the description over here, right? Steps to create a new classroom mm, using Google Classroom. Let's capitalize it. That looks nice, and we need to capitalize it too. You can ask this, or simply you can ask anything else. You can assign a like project to students that you have to submit a report by till this date. You can add the title over here and write the description, or you can add some kind of reference for the students. uh, right now, let's say I can add a reference of this recorded session uh, to you. Like you can add any kind of reference from here using these options. You can upload the file from here. You can attach a link. You can add a file from Google Drive. You can add a YouTube link from here that students can take reference of and answer this assignment using that. And let's say uh, I open YouTube or something. Okay, you can attach a file from here that will tell you how to. We have a guide for Google Classroom as well. Actually, right now I'm not able to find it. Let's skip the step, and you just simply remember you can add any kind of file or link over here to add as a reference, or you can simply click on the create button. You will be able to create a new file in the docs format, slides, sheets, drawings, and Google Forms. Anything you want, just for the reference of students to answer this assignment. Okay, so let's say I click on this docs button. It will create a empty doc file for me, and the file is opened automatically, and I can write some content for the reference of our students. uh, Here is the content you can take reference of to answer. Sorry for the typo. The assignment. Okay, You can add any kind of content over here. I just give you an example that you can do this, and you can name this document from here. uh, you can reference content, you can give any name to it. And okay, and this file is automatically saved into drive, and we do not have to click on any kind of save button for this. And so this file has been created automatically and it will be updated. We do not need to do anything with it. And we have two options that students can three options. If you we want students to view this file only, or we want students to edit this file. If we have an assignment, like if we ask some questions over here, like first question is question, and the student has to provide answer. In this case, students will need to edit this file, and we can select this option. And we can uh, but now we are going to simply select this option that students will be able to only view this file and not edit it. And we can click on this make a copy for each student, so that students will be able to download each copy of this file into their devices. Okay, and right now I'm going to select this option, and after that I can assign it to all the students or customize it the list. I am going to keep it for 100 points as well. Any students who will submit this assignment will get marks out of 100, not completely 100, but out of 100 according to the performance that he has shown in this assignment. Okay, we can select the due date from here, like until when you have to submit this assignment. Let's say I am creating, I have selected a due date of 30th July 11:59, like you have to submit it by end of 30th July. And I can select a topic from here, that let's say it's fall under Google Classroom. And here's the rubric section of ours. Let's create the rubric section. Before moving on to rubric section, I just wanted to know if anybody has any kind of questions, or is if everything is clear to everyone until now.
It's clear, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
great.
sir, I
Yes.
joined late. After some time, kindly refresh it from beginning. I just joined. I
Okay.
just finished my office and came. That's why.
Okay. So you have just
Hello, sir.
joined.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
So we will be providing you with the video that is recording of the session. You can take the reference of that, as everybody has clear with all the doubts from this. You will must be able to understand everything.
No,
Okay.
no. One
Sir,
thing.
attendance please in short one more time.
Uh,
Taking attendance of the students on regular basis. A brief,
okay.
sir. Brief
Okay.
summary.
I will do this step again, like at the end. Like I have noted down your question, and I will uh, instruct you again how to take the attendance. Okay.
Sir, at the end of the session, you just recap once. That's it, sir.
Sorry.
You recap once. That's it.
Recap once. Okay.
Yeah, one. I mean, till now,
And
what happened?
excuse me,
Okay.
sir, I have something really very important to ask you.
Okay.
Before I because I'm attending these sessions, okay, but before I proceed further, I have one query.
Okay.
We have got our own Gmail IDs made on this like Gmail IDs that we can use for Google Form, or we have to go for G Suite and we have to buy
No,
it, we have to do it.
you can simply
So.
create Google Classroom using that normal email ID that simple user can use. You know,
And then, so we are having our own email IDs. All the teachers can collaborate using our existing Gmail IDs and ask the
yes,
students to join.
yes. No need
Thank
to
you.
buy any kind
Thank
of G Suite or something. It's already
thank you.
free.
Uh,
Thank you.
Sir, in our school, we are provided, sir, G Suite IDs to all the teachers.
That's great.
सर इन जी सूट आईडी द फॉर्म क्रिएशन से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन है सर मेरा.
Okay.
Yesterday जो add-ons की बात हो रही थी कल की क्लास में,
Yes.
so that is in my general ID it is there, but
Okay.
in the school ID provided by G Suite ID that is provided from the school,
Okay.
sir, that add-ons are not working in that because
Actually,
you have to create question
uh,
paper on that only, sir.
when we talk about the G Suite ID, na, the
Yes, sir.
administrator of your school's IT department has the access to all the features that need to be enabled or disabled on your Gmail IDs. There must be
Okay.
some kind of administrator of your IT department. They
Yes, sir.
have access to enable or disable some kind of features in your Google. Okay.
Because we are not able to install the add-ons in with that ID, sir.
Yes, there must be some restrictions by your like IT department.
Can I come in,
Okay.
please?
Yes,
Okay.
you can simply use
Yes,
your
sir.
own personal email ID for that.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I
Yes.
have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, I had posted it there in the classroom comments also. Is it possible to stream live with your Google Classroom?
Uh, for the streaming live, we have Google Meet and other like video conferencing tools. We cannot take live classes in Google Classroom. For that, we have Google Meet as well. We are going to learn that tomorrow in the next session.
Okay. So what I want to know here is there a possibility of add-ons in this classroom also?
Yes, the classroom is simply a great tool, and we do not simply need any kind of add-ons to like boost the productivity. For that, we have a simple add-on that is shared to Google Classroom that will enable to share the content or material with the students easily. Okay, I will show you how to do that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay,
Sir,
yes,
excuse me. Are you able to hear me, sir?
yes,
Am I
yes,
audible?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, completely
Sir,
audible.
my query is, I have logged in with my personal Gmail account,
Okay.
and I am taking a class. So, is it mandatory that I have only one or two classes? The personal IDs allow only that much, or the G Suite is giving us the freedom of adding all classes, or
No,
am I adding only one or two classes? Is there any restriction like that?
no, I don't think any kind of restriction is there because I have like added 4 to 5 classes using my personal email address, and there's no such kind of thing that you can have a restriction for the personal email address. You can add as many as classes as you want.
All right.
But
Thank
I
you,
have
sir.
not experimented it. I have added like 4 to 5 classes using my personal email address. That was
All
completely
right.
fine.
Okay. Thank you.
So once you create the classroom, how to delete it, sir? How do you delete it?
Yeah, actually, like you will not be able to completely delete it. I can simply show you. Like this is the teacher section. Let's save this as a draft, and I will complete it later. I have saved it as a draft, and let's come back to our home page, that is classes. You can simply achieve this class. You can remove this class from here, but it will be saved in your like Google Drive. Uh, so whenever you will have to, like let's say a batch has been over, like 10th class batch has over, and now the next batch has started, and we have to create a new Google Classroom for that 10th class. Okay, so in this
Mm-hmm.
case we achieve that particular class, and when you will click on create a new class, and whenever you will try to post something, you will get an option to reuse post na? uh,
Achha, achha.
and that reuse post, let me show. I have two achieved classes in it. uh, this one was our class. I am going to restore this. You can restore it at any time. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
going back to our classes, and I also have a classes in my, class in my achieved section. And when I go to it in the classwork section, when I click to reuse post, you will get an option to post any kind of like content or question or material that you have shared in your previous class. That is
Okay.
in the achieved section. You can select that as well to help you to make the process easier, that any content that you have shared in the previous class with the previous batch,
Mm-hmm.
you can share it with them as well. Okay.
So you cannot completely remove it, right?
uh, I do not think you will be able to completely remove it. Let's
Achha.
see if it is. Yeah, once you achieve the class, you can get an option to delete this class if you want, but
Achha.
uh, it will be helping you, like if you do not delete this class, you will be able to reuse this questions that you have asked in this
Mm-hmm.
class. Okay. uh,
अच्छा अच्छा.
it is up to you that you want to delete it or keep it in the achieved section.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So,
Sir,
Yes.
excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
The Google Classroom is available to individual users only up to September 20. After that, is it a paid service? Can you give some enlighten me regarding that, please?
September 23, actually
Because
I am not aware
that is
about.
only until September 20, and after that, it is going to be a paid service. So I am really not sure about that. So I thought I would
Hmm.
get few inputs from you regarding that. Is that right?
I'm not aware about this thing that Google Classroom is going to be paid or not, because I have not received any kind of notification or this news from anywhere else. I am listening it
Okay.
for you from the first time, and
Okay.
I'm not aware about it. Until now, it is completely free, and I'm not sure about the future.
But this was given as a lockdown, only up till September 20, it says. Because a few of my friends also told that. So I just thought I would like to confirm it from you. All right. That's okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
I have a question, sir.
Yes.
Actually, I'm a special educator.
Okay.
So my question is, just because we deal with one-to-one students, so is it possible to do it with this Google Classroom?
That how you want to deal it with one-to-one students. Like if you teach a single particular subject to all the students, what you can do is you
Exactly.
can create a class with all the
Mm-hmm.
students added in it. They will be able to see each other. Okay, if you
Okay.
want, they will be able to see each other, and whenever you post something like you want to create something, like let's say you are creating a question, you will get an option to like assign it to particular students. You can assign it to only two students that you want to give it. Okay, and for the other two you can assign some other question. Okay, if you want
Okay.
to make it customizable, or simply you
Mm-hmm.
can create different classes for different students as well.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Is there anything else before I uh, do a little like recap for this?
How to
can
create
proceed, sir.
classroom?
So,
There was some
recap, sir. You
Googling.
start the recapping, sir.
Uh, I will do it in a brief, like I will not be able to explain
I was
all
not
that
there.
again. I just
Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't
I'll
matter.
There was
I'll just brief it.
Okay.
So whenever you will create a class, you will get this class code that you have to share it with your students, and the students will be able to join the class using this class code from the join class section when they open Google Classroom. Okay, and
Okay.
this is the stream section. uh, Everything you will post or everything the students want to ask you. Okay, or students can post any kind of comments, or you can assign any kind of task. Everything will be appeared in the stream section to you and the students as well. Okay, so coming to the classwork section, here you will be able to see every type of work that you have assigned to your students. Like I have assigned like this assignment of Google Classroom, and I have posted this material for reference of the students, and I have this in my draft, and in this I have a question that I had asked to my students. Everything that you have assigned or asked to the students will appear in the classwork section. Okay, and you can create new assignments or ask new questions from here. Okay, and in the people section you will be able to see the list of teachers that are controlling this class. You can add more teachers from here, and here you will see the list of students that have joined your class. Okay, you can invite more students from here or by sharing that class code with them. Okay, and in the mark section, whenever you take a test or ask a question or an assignment, you can do is you can simply get to the mark section after completing this test and handing over the marks to them. You will be simply able to see the marks of the students. I have not taken any kind of marks based test until now, and surely I will take the test that will be able on the marks basis. Like you can see, we have created this assignment, but that is in my draft until now. Oh, sorry, that I have told not to take this test until I complete the session. So no one has like taken this assignment until now, and you will be able to see the marks of all the students in every particular subject over here. Okay, or you can simply get these details in the Excel file as well from here. Like if you want, sorry, you can view question whenever you will like download all marks as CSV, that will be downloaded as Excel file in your desktop, or you can simply go to the Google Sheets as well. You will be able to see all the data that you see in the mark section. All the data will appear in the like spreadsheet. Okay, and after that we had seen how to like post some questions. Someone has query like how to take the attendance. Okay, let me do it again. Okay, so I will click on reuse post that I have already asked the question how to take. Like let's say this is the post I want to reuse. I selected this particular question and clicked on reuse, and you can simply put your question over here, like mention the date, okay, for which you are taking the attendance, and ask the question, are you present in this session today, or are you present today? And you just need to make this answer multiple choice, and just give it a single option of yes. Okay, so if the student is present in the class, they will simply click on yes button and answer this question. And if they do not answer this question, we can simply like take it as a uh, absent in the class. Okay, because they, if they are not present in the class, they will not be able to answer this question, so it doesn't matter if we have a no button over here or not. Okay, so I will assign it to all the students, and I have created a separate topic that has named attendance. You can create the topic from here. Okay, you can name any kind of topic and simply assign it. Right now I'm selecting topic attendance, that will have all the details of attendance of students. Okay, and I am going to unmark make this question unmarked. Okay, so students will not get any kind of marks for this, but it will have an attendance record. So you can ask this question right now, or you can schedule this to be asked later. I can schedule this to be asked on 29th, because I have done already for 28th. I can schedule this to be asked on 29th July 4:30, that is 16:30. Okay, I can schedule this. I had need to change that particular date, I forgot that. I can simply edit it and change the date. Okay, now it's done, and it will be automatically asked day after tomorrow at 4:30. Okay, and we are done with question, and we have a material section in which you can add any kind of material from your Google Drive, attach any kind of link file or a YouTube link from here. Okay, you can add a material, you can give any title to it, and you can add any kind of description to that. Okay, that what is this reference material regarding. Okay, so you can simply select the question you want to share it with, and select the topic which it falls under. Okay, uh, that's how we post material. We have already posted a material, that is this. Sorry, this is not, this is the material that we have posted. This contain a guide that will help students. Okay, similarly you can ask quiz assignments. We have this quiz assignment that we have asked. We can click on edit this to see how it is done. You can simply give a title, what is the quiz regarding, and it will automatically create a blank quiz file. You can edit that file, or you can simply add any kind of file that you have made earlier and present in your Google Drive, that quiz. Okay, you can or you can simply select any link. Okay, that has a test you want to ask the student, and you can give marks for this test, like out of which students will get the marks. So maximum marks students can get is 100 points. Okay, I am assuming it like 100 points. Okay, or simply Google Forms has their own marks section, and this is the due date until when the students have to submit it this test. So I have selected the due date of today and the time of 11:59. So you have to take this test by end of the day, but please take it after the session. Okay. And you can select the topic in which it falls under, and after this quiz assignment we were at assignment section of ours. So we have reached where we were, and we had saved it as a draft, how to create a Google Classroom. Okay, that we have saved it as a draft. We simply click on edit and we are back where we had left off, and we had give it a title and a few instructions for our students, and we have added a file for the reference of our students. Just It is just a file. You can add any kind of content that has a reference for the students. You can simply e do is you can ask any kind of uh, project work to be submitted, and you can uh, give students some reference of anything, that may be a YouTube link, maybe a file that you have, a PDF or anything, any link of some web page or website, or any kind of file that you have in the Google Drive. Okay, so I have, or you can simply create a file that could be document or slides or anything from this list. Okay, so this assignment I am keeping it for 100 points, or you can simply edit it like you want to keep it for like 50 points you want. I am keeping it for 100 points right now. You can make this unmarked as well, that students will not get any kind of marks for this, but they have to submit it. You can select the due date as we do earlier. I have selected 30th of July and the time. So students will have to submit it by 30th of July and by this time. If the student submits it late, you will get a note written over there that it was submitted late, like after the due time. Okay, and select a topic, and we were at rubric and we were about to start this topic, that is rubric. And let's create a rubric, and I'll show you how this works. We do not have a previous rubric. Let's create a new one. Okay, so the rubric is something, if you give some kind of report to be submitted to the students, you can mark that report based on like few different criterias. Okay, let's say it may be research, how well the student has researched to submit that particular project work or assignment. And let's do it. First is research, sorry for the typo, and you can describe it. It is be marked on well you had researched to submit this report. Okay, you can give description to it, that is completely optional. You want, you can, and you can create different levels for this. Okay, let's say it is currently a single level. I can add multiple levels over here. Let's say right now I'm adding uh, 3 levels right only, and you can give the level title uh, 3 2 1. So this was level 1 and this was level 2 and this was level 3. So student has researched uh, until which level that he has researched well or not. So you can give excellent research, okay, acceptable, or simply poor research, or any kind of comment you want to add. That is completely optional. If you do not want, you can leave it as blank. Sorry. And you can give number of points that are required to reach this particular level. So let's say uh, uh, how many points will the student get if they have level 1. So let's say they will get 1 point, and for this they will get 5 points, or you can simply make it 3 points, okay, 5 points and 10 points. If the research is excellent, we will give 10 points to the students. It has auto arranged this according to the marks. It has like shifted the best marks to the first and worst to the last automatically. So we will credit 10 marks to the students if the research is excellent, 5 marks to the students if the like research is acceptable, and 3 marks for if it is poor. Okay, you can add different criterias over here. You can add or remove scoring over here if you do not want to give this points for this, but you simply want to give them a name that how well your research was. You can do that as well. Let's remove the point section, and you can give the comments that how well was your research, to not to confuse the students with the assignment marks and the this kind of marks. Other criteria, let's say, is grammar, how well you use the grammar. Okay, I have added a little description. I am going to add 3 levels for it as well. I'm simply going to add level 1, level 2, level 3. Okay, you can give descriptions like outstanding or well, very good, okay, or good, needs improvement. For example, we have added these two criteria. You can add multiple criteria based on the topic and the thing that you are going to assign the students. Okay, so I'm done with creating a rubric, and we'll click on the save button. So we have created a rubrics, and right now I'm going to assign this assignment. Okay, so in the assignments part, it is being assigned, it is done. And in the students part, we must be able to see this assignment. And in the student side, it is shown like this, like how it, it is shown up like this. And okay, students will have to add or create, to answer this assignment, students will need to submit a file. Let's say this project report student has made in a Word file or a Google Docs file. They can simply create a file and start answering the things and writing in the Google Docs file, I'm simply going to delete this for now. Or students can do is students can upload a file that they have already made in their like desktop. They may have made it using a Word or any kind of software like PowerPoint, or it may be a PDF file that the students want to submit. So then students will upload this file. Let's see. uh, I will answer this. Okay, actually it has automatically created a one file, so you do not need to add another. Okay, so we are able to see that Scrollwell has given me a reference content, and we can make a copy of that from here. So we are making a copy of it, and that was the thing. I think both the files have named with the same title, that is my name. Okay, so this was the file that teacher has provided me for the reference. I can take the reference of this and answer my questions over here, or write my project report over here, anything that I wanted to answer in the assignment. Let's see and write the answers. So okay, let's make it bolder, make it in center, and increase the font size a little. Okay, and okay, now we this is the let's make a spelling mistake over here. Like I'm going to make a spelling mistake intentionally. Assignment. Okay, so student teacher will have to find where it is. Let's see, it auto corrected me. Okay, I have made the spelling mistake, and I'm going to turn in after I am done with creating my report. When I will click on turn in, it will be automatically submitted to the teacher. You can also submit an assignment as a student, those who have been enrolled. Okay, so these are the two attachments. These are the reference content that is also going to be attached. I have to remove that reference, not want that to be submitted. Yes, this is the file for reference. Actually there's a little confusion because both the files have same name. Okay, so I'm going to turn in this file. So as I have turned in, I am getting an option to unsubmit it. We can also let's close these things. One assigned attachment will be submitted. Actually it is already submitted. It is opened in two windows. Okay, so in the teacher section I am able to see that two of them have already submitted this Google Classroom test. You were supposed to submit this test by end of the day, and I suggest you to take this test after this session ends, because it contains questions related to this session. Okay, so where was our assignment? This was our assignment. So I can see one student has submitted this assignment. Okay, uh, that student name is this Kashish, and I'm able to see he has submitted this assignment. So what I can do is I can open this file that he has submitted, and a little dashboard will appear over here for grading of students. Okay, so what I can do is, as a teacher, I will I can give marks to the students based on the particular assignment that student have submitted. Now right now student have not did anything in this, so I'm going to give 10 marks out of 100 for this. And also you can give marks based on the rubric, like how well you have researched. Okay, so I'm going to give marks based on research. So this is 3 excellent, 2 acceptable, and this poor. I'm going to give right now poor research because it has not been researched even a little before submitting this assignment. And the grammar I will mark it as needs improvement. Actually the level has been we need to change that level, but let's see it giving it needs improvement. Okay, so because there is spelling mistake, and teacher can do is what teacher can do wherever some kind of error is, teacher can select that particular text and right click on it. You will get an option to comment over here. When you will comment, you can give comment like spelling error. So as I've written only spell, I have got a suggestion of spelling error because I have added this particular uh, like text into my comments bank already. And I'm going to comment this over here, and students will be able to see the comment for this particular thing that I have made a spelling mistake over here and teacher has corrected me. And you can add multiple things to your comments bank that you like frequently want to give the comments to the students. Like there is some kind of error or some kind of mistakes that you want to give to the students, like I have make this spelling error as a frequent comment. So whenever I write a few letters of the spelling error, it automatically suggests me to add this particular thing. You can add multiple comments over here. And we are done with marking the assignment and giving the marks according to the rubric. And you can add private comments over here that will be only visible to that particular student. Okay, and if you want to add a comment, you can I am simply giving it here is my comment. You can give any comment to the student and post it, and the comment will be visible to the student. And after you are done, you need to return this thing to the student that you have checked it, and now you are going to return this. Or if you do not return this, you can simply get back to your class and you will say this is in the draft, and you have given the marks to the students. And if you want to like return this to all together, when all the students will hand it to you, you can like give marks to them and like return it all together. Like right now there's only one student who has submitted this, so I'm going to return it for him. I can add private comments over here as well, as I got the options over there. I'm simply going to return it, and I have returned it. And in the student section, I will be able to see, yes, I've refreshed the page. In the student section, I am able to see that a teacher has given me 10 marks out of the 100 for this particular test assignment. Okay, and teacher has added a comment. Here is my comment. You can add any kind of comment that you need improvement, you need to work on this thing as. And I can see that in the research section I have got poor research as the like marks. And in the grammar I also needs improvement as per teacher's comments. Okay, and that's how rubric works. And The students will be able to resubmit this assignment as well if they want. Okay, so okay, so we are done with assignments and marking them as well. Coming back to our dashboard and going to marks, I am able to see class average because only a single student has received 10 marks out of 100. So the class average is 10, and we'll be able to see marks of each and every students for each and every thing. Like this is how to create a Google Classroom that I have given them assignment. Okay, I can see this assignment. In this assignment every student have received how much marks for it. Okay, and coming back to our quiz part, in the teacher side, because few of you have answered the quiz. Let's see, this was the quiz assignment and two of them have handed it to me, and what I'll do is no marks. I can simply open this Google form, and as I have the edit access being a teacher, I can see the responses of the people who have submitted it. Okay, so I've got total of 4 responses, but I think two of them have turned in. After the student has given this test, they need to click on turn in button from here. Like after I had submitted this assignment na, I had to click on turn in. That will button will appear over here. You need to click on turn in button, and I think 4 of the students have taken this test, but 2 of them has turned in. Okay, only. So I can see these scores. I can release these scores, and it will be sent to you via email. Okay, I can add additional kind of message over here, and I'm sending these scores to your emails, so you will be able to see. I think that are sent. Okay, so you can check the responses from here as we usually do, and after that we see everything. Because the like this test was of 44 points, and we have taken this criteria of 100 out of 100. What we need to do is we need to give marks uh, separately for this, like according to the performance I can give marks based on this, or I can have a different criteria. If the student submit this test earlier, I will give extra 5 marks to the students. So I can give marks to the students from here, like let's say uh, I'm giving 95 marks to them and 87 marks to them. Okay, so right now these marks are in the draft. Okay, so what I need to do is all the students that have handed in to me, I just need to select all the handed in students and click on return, and the marks will be able to return and will be successfully reverted to them. Okay, so I am able to see uh, that these sir have received 95 marks out of 100, and these sir have received 87 marks out of 100. Okay, similarly you will be able to see the marks of every students that will take this test after you do it, and this makes the work a lot easier and faster. Like you say, uh, it's been 1.5 hour we have taken a quiz and an assignment, and we have take attendance of all the students. That usually takes a lot of time, and Google Classroom does saves a lot of times of time of hours, okay, and this. So this is all that is in the Google Classroom that we need to do. And here are the few settings of the classroom. If you want to change, I will show you. This is the deleted items. If you have deleted any kind of previous test or something, you still can select it to see in the deleted item section, okay. Only teachers will be able to see that. And you can give overall marks to the students based on the performance in all the different tests and assignments that have previously been submitted by that particular student. You can click on it to give an overall marks for that, okay. And you can also select that students will be able to see their overall marks or not, okay. And these were the things, a few settings. And we are done with our Google Classroom section. If anyone has any kind of questions for Google Classroom, you can ask.
Sir, we will get the recording of today now.
Yes, it's being recorded.
Thank you.
Any else? If you have any question, you can ask, or we can simply move.
Sir, we get too many emails for when students submit. So how to block
Yes.
those email notifications, sir?
Actually, there are little preferences when you go to email, or you will get a
Yes,
preference
sir.
that you want to receive these emails or not. These are just for like if you assign some kind of task to students, and the students will need to be notified, so it does send an email that teacher has posted something for you, and you have to submit it
No,
by
sir, when
this Friday.
student uploaded, then also I get email that so and so posted late, so and so submitted.
Yes,
Well,
yes,
too many emails I'm
yes,
receiving, sir.
because we have assigned a lot of tasks to the students now, so that is why you are getting a lot of emails. I must have also received these emails in my email, because I have joined as a student as well.
So there is no option in classroom to stop
Yes,
those email
yes,
notifications.
these are the lot of emails that I have received. You can
Yes,
simply
sir.
click on unsubscribe this. If you don't want to receive this email, you can unsubscribe
Option.
this from here, okay.
Answer.
But
Okay.
this is for the students that they will get a notification that a news test has been posted or something, okay.
Okay. So
So
if we unsubscribe, student will also not get notification.
no, as you are a teacher, uh, the
Hmm.
students will have to unsubscribe it separately, okay.
Okay. I want only as a teacher. I can unsubscribe. Na student might be
Yes,
getting the
yes, yes,
notification.
yes. You will
Okay.
unsubscribe it
Thank
for
you.
yourself, and students will be getting these emails. And
Okay.
whenever you will click on this unsubscribe button, you will see this panel, and you can select or unselect those options, like
Okay. Okay.
for what thing you want to get a notification and what not. Like you can select
Okay.
your preferences over here, okay.
ठीक है sir. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So is there any kind of other questions regarding Google Classroom?
So actually, we need to. I need to work on this because I have not worked on. I not used a Google Classroom
How
at all.
to classroom? First, I missed it.
uh,
So I
actually
will try and once, and I'll come revert tomorrow,
yes,
sir. Tomorrow, can I ask any
uh,
questions?
we will be assigning you with an assignment at the end of this module, in which you
Okay.
will need to do this tasks just for your practice purpose. We have created this assignment, and we will
Okay.
assign it to you at the end of this module, okay. Then in that you will need to create a Google Classroom, and that will be your for your practice purpose. And if you want to do it early, you can do it as well, just for
Okay.
the practice purpose.
Okay.
Sir,
And
excuse me,
yes,
sir.
yes,
All the correspondence which goes from the Google Classroom will go to their mails only, the students' mails only, right?
yes.
So they have to respond back to us through the mail. They have to check their mails constantly, that means.
Yes, or alternatively, what you can do is, if you are connected with them on WhatsApp or something else, you can
Okay.
simply write a message to them that I have posted a new like material or something, posted a new test. You have to do it. You can simply
All right.
notify them via WhatsApp or some else
WhatsApp. All
means.
right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Understood. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Mohammed sir, I had listened to you that you have joined a little later. We will be providing you with the recorded session, so don't worry about that. And uh, are we good to go to our next topic, that is Testmoz? We have taken this as an additional topic. It is much
Okay.
similar to Google Forms, but with some additional features. Are we good to go?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay,
Yes, sir, carry on.
okay. So right now I'm closing this Google Classroom part, and we have a Testmoz website, Testmoz, Testmoz. That is its name. Or you can simply go to the URL testmoz.com. Okay. This is a Testmoz. It has a free demo version and a paid version as well. If you are a school, it is not much costlier. If you want to build a test, what you can do is you need to name the test, that what is the name of that particular test. Let's say it is a practice test, Scrollwell practice test, and I am choosing this password as Scrollwell. This is for me only. Okay, okay, I'm going to create this test. It is much easier than Google Forms in it to create the test. Okay, I'm going to save this password, and here are few settings if you want, like introduction. If you want to add some introduction for this test, and you can add introduction like have to submit all the questions, or any other instructions that you want to add for the students. Or you can simply select the color scheme if you want this test to be in blue or this color, or in the default version as well. Okay, so here are a lot of settings, and show all questions on one page or show one question per page. You must be having understand it, like what it says. And here are the review settings. uh, After the student submits a test, what is the message to be delivered to the student? Okay, you can have a common message for the students, all the students, or what you can simply do is add a custom message if the student passed or failed. So that you can have a separate criteria, like let's say 70% marks, the students who score 70% or above uh, will be passed in this test, and below that the student will be considered as fail. Okay, you can select any marks, you can make it like 40%, 50%, or 90% as you wish. And here you can write the message that you want to give to your students that have passed to this test. You can write congratulations, you have passed the test, and eligible to move to next session. Okay, or simply write a message for the students that failed in this test. uh, I uh, suggest you to revise the topic again, and then try again. Best of luck, or anything you want that you want to give to the students that have failed in this test. Or there are other like options, that if you want to show the scores to the students, uh, you can unselect it or select it as you want. You can if you wish to display the correct answer to the students after submitting the test, you can, or you can simply uncheck this, and you can also add explanation for the answers. If you want it to be displayed to the students, you will select this or simply unselect it. And there are a few questions, like for what students you want to give this access. Okay, if you want this test to be accessed by anyone, you can select this, or you can have this option. You can set a passcode to enter this test. If you share the link of this particular test, students will need to enter a particular passcode. Let's say I am entering the passcode as Scrollwell. Yeah. Okay, students will have to provide this password before taking this test. Okay, so there are other things like employee ID or student ID, uh, that if they have any kind of particular ID, you can enter that and give the test. And or if they have like a particular email address, like that is related to some organization, that particular domain, that z at the rate zschool.com. Okay, at the rate dash dash dot com, something, any kind of other email addresses. But for your information, these two options are available in the paid versions only. Okay, so you will not be able to access these two options in the free version. Okay, for the paid version it is just $50 per year. Okay, so you will get all the access in $50 per year. This is not much costlier if you are a school or some institution and you want to use this thing. Okay, and you can set the time duration, like limit the time, how much time students uh, in how much time students need to complete this test. You can enter number of minutes, like 5 minutes for this test, how many times students can take this test. Okay, so I want only a single attempt. Okay, I want only a single attempt for everyone, so students will not be able to attempt the test multiple time. Okay, so this is the thing how I can change it. So yes, before taking the test, you will ask them to enter your name or something. What you can do is you can ask them to enter your name, enter your student ID, or please enter your company address, email address, or anything, or any information that you want. Right now, by default, it is enter your name, and I am good to go with it. And there are some other features that are also, I would say these are the paid options that are disable right click menu, like that will be able to help with the students if they have some kind of extensions with that. You can disable copy or paste in the test, so students will not be able to copy the content from internet and paste it over here. You can disable it as well, but this option is available in the paid version. And disable autocomplete, disable spell check. Students will not be able to spell check their answers using any kind of software or something. You can disable all these, but I can say that these are like paid things. Okay, you need to take the subscription of Testmoz for that. And do you want to receive an email when someone finishes the test? As an teacher, if you will click this option on, it will send you an email that someone has submitted this test. Right now I am clicking I have selected the no option over here, and I am going to save these settings. Okay, so we are done with the settings, and now we are on our question section. And from here insert, we can select any kind of question that we want to add for our students. Like if we want a multiple choice question, okay, you can simply ask your question over here. Let's say this is the question 1. Okay, students have to answer this question, any kind of question it can be. Okay, uh, and the multiple choices will be there, the multiple options will be there. Okay, you need to select like, okay, if you want to show explanation, that is also in the premium version. Okay, so let's say this option is the correct one, and let's move and from here you can select the points to be credited on answering this question. Let's say 2 points will be credited when students will answer this question. Okay, I'm going to add new option, multiple choice, choose many. That is simply a checkbox type answer. In this you will be able to select multiple answers for a particular question. Let's say if a question uh, has select all the primary colors, okay, from the list. So students will need to select red, blue and green, three options, okay, out of this list, and the students can do it, select primary colors, or just for the demo it is okay. You can write your color options over here, and students will need to select these three. I have selected these, and it will be and here's another option of give partial credit. Like let's say if student chooses option the correct option is option 2 and option 3 and option 5, and the student selects first three. So out of these three, two of them are already correct and one is not correct, so students will get partial credit. Unlike Google Forms, it will not make it uh, like a wrong answer. You can give partial credit to the students, or you can simply do it as it is done in the Google Forms. It will take it as a wrong answer if students does not select these particular three. I'm going to select these partial credit option and make it for 3 points. Okay, this question. And you can also ask true false questions. You can add any kind of question. Let's say it is question 3 and the answer is true. Okay, and students will get 1 marks for this question. And you can add matching questions, like as we do in the Google Forms that we have learned yesterday. So uh, students will need to be select these options. uh, they have to match cat is matched to reptile, mammal, insect, or what kind of thing, and whale is what, and gecko is what, and spider is what. Students will have to select it. Okay, so let's make this question for 5 points. Okay, uh, you can change it to add anything over here. And the next type is fill in the blank. It is just any kind of question, that is short answer type question, you can say, that is that requires a one word answer. Okay, okay, so let's ask a question. That's it is question 5, and the correct answer is, let's say, 9. Also you can add an alternative possible option that the answer is 9. The student can simply type NINE also. Okay, students can select NINE or 9. Both the answers will be correct. If they answer with anything else, it will make it wrong. And you can
Sir,
also,
what if 9 starts with a capital N?
yes, there's an option of case sensitive gradient. Like if you want to make it case sensitive, you can make it from here, or if you will deselect it, it will have no impact if whether the N is a capital or not. Okay,
Okay.
so these are a few additional features that are in Testmoz than Google Forms. It is a little smarter. Okay, so after
Hello.
fill, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes, sir. Is there any preference for having descriptive answer in this one?
uh, sorry, uh,
Can we have descriptive answer in this one?
description. for
No.
uh,
Can we have descriptive answers?
yes,
Essay type
yes,
answer.
yes.
Yeah,
The next answer,
essay
the
type.
next
Yeah.
type of question is that I wanted to show is essay type question. I have already selected it, and that is essay type
Okay.
question. You can just simply ask your question over here, like write an essay on write an essay on this particular topic. Okay, and students will need to answer this question, and it will not be evaluated automatically. This kind of question is not evaluated automatically. You have to evaluate it by yourself. Rest of the students will answer rest of the options, and they will be able to see the marks right away. But for this question you will have to uh, mark it separately by yourself. Okay, and the next were the graded question types, and we have other question types that is under survey
Sir, where
quiz.
is the answer key?
So, yes,
How do we mark the correct answer as the paper setter?
yes, actually if your like question is select primary colors, you can have multiple options over here like black, okay, and green, blue, yellow, red. So we know these three are the correct ones, so we have already ticked these. If these are the three correct options, we will tick these, and it will take them as a correct option. Okay, so right now these three are the correct options for this question. Okay, so if students select any else option, uh, the marks will be deducted. You can also give partial credits to the students if they select like two of the correct options or one of the correct options out of three. Okay,
Okay.
or simply you can make this question mark this question as a wrong answer by unchecking it if the student does not select all the three options that are correct. Okay, these were the basic question types that we regularly use in our tests, and these are survey questions. Again, these are short answer type question and long answer type question that we have already seen, and true, false, and question types are almost same. And these are other question types: test block, question tool, options from another test, and options from another files. I can say that these questions are enabled in the paid version. Okay, so in the paid version what you will be able to do is you will be able to select the question from another test that you have already posted on Testmoz. You will be able to add those particular questions in here, or what you can do is you can add a list of like let's say 100 questions or 20 questions. Okay, but in the test you want the student to be asked only 5 questions. Okay, so it will randomly ask any kind of 5 questions out of that particular 100 or 20 questions of list. Okay, so for this essay I am going to make it 10 points, and this will be for 2 points. Okay, these were the question types, and what the other thing is like fill in the blank question. Let's say I can drag this question. Okay, so here are another options to insert the questions that we do not get in Google Forms. Like here you can like change the font size, add questions to your text, add colors to your text, and you can have various options. You can create a list, or you can add images as your questions. Okay, and you can upload any kind of file that you want to make the student make a reference for the question. You can add video in the questions. Okay, as well you can add insert math over here. Okay, here is the reference. You can see these are some kind of tips that how can we add particular mathematical equation into our question. Let's say we do not want to add this equation. Let's say I want to add sine and theta for we have to, this is the reference how we can add something. This option we do not have. Let's say sine A. Okay, sine A plus sine B equals to what? Okay, so it will, okay, so adding mathematical equations is also, I think, here it is also in the premium version of it, that is $50 per year. Yes, yes, but still in the free version you will be able to get many other options that are not available in the Google form if you want. Okay, so I'm going to delete this question, and if I'm done with making a test, I can simply click on save button, and it says that the page is auto saved. Okay, so I do not have to make save it again and again. So here I can publish this test. Okay, while publishing it, I get two options, like uh, if you want to publish it electronically and students can give it this test on their devices, so you can publish it from here, or simply you can make a hard copy, like hard paper. If it is a MCQ test and you want to be printed it on a paper, you can do it as well. You can click on this view print download, and you can also click on show answers to show the answers of that particular questions on the page. Okay, as well you get multiple options. You can print the test on the paper. Okay, that will be very make your process of creating a paper very easy. You can also create question papers from here as well, like this. Okay, so right now I am going to publish this test, and it has gave me a particular link, that is ID for this test. I just need to share this ID with my students or participants that need to take this test. I can share this ID to this particular chat section. uh, if you want, you can check this test how it is. And let's see, I click on this test, and uh, I know this test, and it is asking me to enter your name that we have defined. So my name is Kashish as a student. Okay, so the passcode for this test is Scrollwell. Okay, capital S C R O L L E L L. I am sending the passcode in the chat section as well. You can enter your name and enter this passcode to access this test. Okay, I am going to start this test as a student. Okay, I do not need to save this. So the first question is like short answer type, that is question 5, and the questions are automatically shuffled. I have selected that setting of shuffle question, and I know the answer of this question is 9. I can simply write 9 or NINE, whatever I want. So we had made it a time bound test, and it has like 4 minutes and 26 seconds left. It is showing on the bottom of the test, and right now it is showing 4 minutes left. If I hover it, it will show me in detail like 4 minutes and this much of seconds are left for this particular test. Okay, so for this I do not remember the actual answer, and I can use match the column answers from here, like cat is a, let's see what it is. I even don't know. Let's say whale is a mammal. Whale is a mammal, sorry, and gecko is an reptile, and spider is an insect. Okay, so cat must be the fourth one. Gecko is a reptile. Okay, so we are done with matching the columns. You can students can write the essay over here. This is the essay. Okay, so the yes answer is true, and this is green, blue, and red. Okay, so I can submit this test. So I am able to see that I have scored 81% marks, and I have passed this test as the criteria was 70%, and I am able to see this message, congratulations, you have passed this test, and whatever it is. I am able to see the correct answers and the wrong answers. Here I can see
Sir,
the
can you please repeat how you started the test? Because I am not able to start it
yes.
with this number.
Whenever you will click on this, like open this link that I have shared, you can copy this link and paste it in your browser. Okay, and it will ask you to enter your
Okay,
name.
that is through the browser. Okay.
Yes, you can enter your name over here, like whatever your name is,
Okay.
and in the passcode section you need to enter Scrollwell. I have shared it in the chat box as well. Okay,
Yeah, I
after
saw
that
that.
you will have the access to the test. Okay,
I didn't realize it had to go to the browser.
okay, okay. This is how the Testmoz works, and this was just simple as that. And we are done with it, and it's already been 2 hours for our today's session, and we are done with our content. If anyone has any questions regarding Google Classroom or this Testmoz, you can ask. This is the question and answer session. Because most of the doubts regarding
Good evening, sir.
yes.
Sir, here, test to published and available at one code is came, sir. In your display, password is also required, but when I'm doing that, you're not getting the password.
You need to fill the password as Scrollwell. I have shared it in the chat box. The password is Scrollwell. You have to enter your name and the password is Scrollwell.
Oh, not like that, sir. Simultaneously, when you are showing that, simultaneously I'm doing that here.
Okay.
Published, I pressed the published button. Okay. So I'm getting the test published is available at testmode.com and one code is came here.
Okay.
But when you are shown in the display, you are getting the password also. But I'm not getting like that here.
Sorry, I didn't understand. Could you share your screen?
Okay, sir.
I'm stopping my screen share. You can share your screen as well.
Okay, sir. Getting like this, sir. Getting like this.
Actually, the screen is not visible. Your hand is in.
Okay.
Actually, it is still not visible. Oh, you are using it on phone, na? Google Meet.
Yes, sir.
Actually,
Yes, sir.
I can show you the procedure again, but I'm not able to see the screen. I can show you the procedure again, how to get that.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I've gone to the browser.
Sarita Jetli. Hello.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, completely audible.
सर ये टेस्टमोज जो है आपका इट्स सेम लाइक गूगल फॉर्म राइट
Yes,
तो
but
ये
it has
भी हम लोगों को बच्चे जैसे हमारे बच्चों ने डाउनलोड किया है
yes.
गूगल फॉर्म ऐसे उनको टेस्टमोज भी डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा
नहीं नहीं गूगल फॉर्म्स भी डाउनलोड करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है और टेस्टमोज भी डाउनलोड करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है दोनों ऑनलाइन ही वर्क करते हैं उनको आप एक लिंक दोगे जो मैंने आपको चैट विंडो में दिया है वो लिंक आपको स्टूडेंट्स को देना है और वो ऑनलाइन ही टेस्ट दे पाएंगे, उनको डाउनलोड करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है कुछ भी।
और रिजल्ट्स कैसे कंपाइल होंगे?
जैसे
यस
क्लासरूम बच्चों ने किया है डाउनलोड हमारा,
यस
तब वो क्लासरूम ज्वाइन कर पाते हैं, जो हम उन्हें लिंक भेजते हैं क्लास कोड।
यस एक्चुअली रिजल्ट्स के बारे में अगर बताएं तो रिजल्ट सेक्शन आप यहाँ पर आएगा. सो वी कैन सी 3 of the students have taken this test and one has scored 81% and other 2 have scored 45 and 44% in this test. Okay, and we can see we had 6 questions in our test, and for the 6th question, that was essay type question, we have to evaluate it by ourselves, because that was an essay type question and it cannot be evaluated automatically because the student can have different answers. Okay, for that. And for the other questions, we can see that 67% of the students have answered this question correctly, and rest of the students have not answered this question correctly. And this question, the second question, select the primary colors, all the students have answered this question correctly. So for this question, difficulty level was very low, and 100% of the students have answered it correctly. This is the report that you will be able to see on the screen, and this is the average score of the particular class. That is 57%. Okay, based on these 3 submissions, and average time that was taken to complete this test was 1 minute and 45 seconds. This
Hello?
Yes.
Sir?
How teacher can check the descriptive type of questions like essay?
Yes, you can see this is the descriptive type question. That was the last question, that was a descriptive type questions. I can show you, this was it. And whenever you will add this question, it will not be automatically evaluated, and you will have to evaluate it by yourself as a teacher. Okay, so
Yes.
when I click on this dashboard, I will be able to see the answers. Okay, so all the questions have the student have received the marks for all their questions, but have not received the marks for this essay, and they have submitted their answers, and we can give marks uh, manually, like I will give them 3 marks out of 10 based on the essay. Okay, and I can click on save changes, and the student has received answered this question and got 3 marks in this. Okay, this is how this like long answer type questions are evaluated.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes.
See, if I go to the Scrollwell Testmoz page, the page says it's a powerful but simple test generator and then a builder test for free and all. Which icon the child has to click to enter all this, your testmoz.com and the password? Because in your page it shows administrator and login.
You do not need to go, you must be on this page, na?
No, I'm not on this page. I'm on the Google page. Okay, let me go to that page. Fine.
You need to enter this text to your browser that I have shared. I can again share it.
But when I went on that page, it's a builder test or try a demo test. Where do I go?
No, you do not. You must be on the home page actually.
Yes,
Yes.
on the home page. Where do I go?
You do not need to go on the home page, but you need to put this link in your browser that I have shared. I am again sharing it. This link, you need to copy this link and paste it in your browser, and
All right.
you will be redirected to this page, and here you will need to enter your name and the passcode.
Yes, thank you.
You are good to go.
Yeah, I got a bit confused over there. Thank you.
Okay, and to answer your question that you were asking, that passcode thing, somebody was asking, and yes, there's an option, you can select the passcode from here. Okay, I have selected the passcode. You may have not selected the passcode because you are not getting the option of passcode, na? You have to select this option and set your passcode to give the test. Okay, You can make all the settings in the settings page of your Testmoz administrator panel. Am I clear with this?
सर लैंग्वेजेस के पेपर ऐड कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे हम
Languages के पेपर, if you want to type in Hindi or some else language ना. हेलो
सर एक छोटा सा रीकैप आप कर दें तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा।
टेस्टमोज का
डिटेल मत बताइए, वो हम सब समझ गए हैं क्या क्या कहाँ कहाँ भरना है। फटफट एक रीकैप कर दीजिए।
ये टेस्टमोज का ना? ओके
जी सर। बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है और हो भी सकता है, इजी है।
ठीक है, हाँ गूगल फॉर्म से काफी इजी है ये। Actually, when you open
हाँ जी सर,
testmoz.com,
थैंक यू।
you will see this page and you need to click on build a test, and after that it will ask you to enter the test name and choose a password for it as an administrator password. Okay, I have selected that already, and when you will go to this and you need to select this test name is Scrollwell practice test and the password I need to log in. You will be automatically directed to this page and you will get these options, and that is dashboard and settings. You need to go to settings panel, and you will be able to see different kind of settings, that the color scheme and introduction and the question settings and all the settings. You will be able to understand it easily, and you need to go through these settings and set your preferences and set the time limit and how many attempts can be made and something like this. You can select all the preferences and click
हाँ
on
ये
this
क्लियर था सर, ये समझ में आया था। हाँ
and click on the save button, and after that you will need to select the questions, and you will be entering the questions. Like you will get an option to insert. You will need to select which type of question
हाँ
you want to
ऑप्शन
ask.
इंसर्ट से मिलेंगे। हाँ जी सर।
Yes, you need to select which kind of question you want to ask. You will select it, enter your question, and after that make your options and select the right option. Let's say the third option is correct and it is already selected, and if the second option is correct you need to select it and go to insert the other option, that is true false question or any kind of other question it is. If you want to delete a question, you can click on this red button and delete this question, and you can publish this test from your publish section, and you will be able to see a publish button over here. And also there's an option to export print. If you want this test to be printed on a hard paper, like a question paper that we give to students in examination or something, if you want it to be printed on a hard paper, you can do it from here, view print and download. Okay,
एक मिनट सर, एक मिनट सर। सर आप आंसर्स के साथ ही साथ डाल रहे हैं जो हमारे को दिखेंगे भी बाद में? आंसर्स कैसे डाल रहे हैं आप?
यस
करेक्ट आंसर्स।
यस, मैं एक और क्वेश्चन ऐड करता हूँ कि
क्वेश्चन में समझ गई, आप इंसर्ट करके ले रहे हैं।
whenever you will insert a question, you can like edit the question, like what is your name.
Okay.
You can have multiple options for it, like Jenny. Okay, you can add John, you can add Michael, you can add Lisa, or any name you want. And in this case it is not a valid question to ask if it is correct or not, but it is just an example. You need to select,
no problem, sir.
you need to select the correct option that is correct, that has to be selected. Let's say
Michelle
the Michelle is correct option, and you just need to simply add another question and it is automatically selected as the correct option. Okay, just
okay, we need to correct select the option there and then.
Yes.
Correct answer.
Yes. In this
and
case,
where to click then, sir, for entering?
Sorry.
ये जैसे आपका what is your name था, 4 answers you have written.
Yes.
So Michelle, the third one is correct.
Yes.
So we choose the correct answer and then what to do?
Rest, it is all done and you have selected the correct option as you have ticked it. You are done with
it's all done. When you
yes.
click the answer, it's all done.
Yes, you have selected the answer.
Thank you, sir.
And it is the correct one.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, it's that easy in the Testmoz, much easier than Google Forms.
Yeah, that's why. Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions from anyone?
Sir, can we add
Sir?
school name or logo in this?
You want to add an image, na, as a logo?
Hi, image,
Excuse me,
image.
sir. Hello.
Yes, yes.
So how can you delete the test what I given to publish?
Uh, the test that I have published right now, you want to delete it, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can simply close this test. Current status closed is not the option. Actually, I haven't seen how to delete this test. I have not checked. No, even I didn't thought about
Excuse
it.
me, sir.
Yes.
So suppose we are done with the question, we have done everything. Now, how to send this to my students?
You need to send that particular link that you received in the this link in the publish section. You will need to send this particular link as well as the passcode if you have set. And I'm not able to see
Achha,
any.
every time we have to set a new passcode, na?
Yes. No. You can. Yes. Any time you create a new test, you can select a passcode or you may not. It may be open to all. Anyone who click on this link will be able to give the test if you do not select the passcode. Okay. And sir, to answer
Okay,
your
first
question,
we need to
I'm not
do
able
little
to
bit,
see
na?
any kind of option to like close this test or delete this test. It is available in the premium version, so the test will be open every time. Uh, okay, just
So
in
its general version is free.
yes, it is the free version that I'm using. Uh, if you are a
Sir,
school,
the passcode I have tried this link, but the passcode Scrollwell वो show कर रहा है invalid.
Scrollwell, in that Scrollwell, you need to make the S capital, the first S capital.
अच्छा, first is capital. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, this is the passcode. And
Yes, sir. Okay, now it is open.
any more questions?
Sir, if a student want to attempt this test,
Okay.
he has to know the password,
Yes,
passcode.
if you have set the passcode, you alternatively can like remove the passcode from settings. You can
Okay.
go over here, you can deselect it and click to anyone. So whenever you will share this link, so anyone with that link will be able to give the test without entering the passcode. Okay.
So I provided the passcode, sir. The passcode you have to send the student. Then only he can open the test.
Yes.
Okay. Is the passcode is not visible when they are opened on the test code?
Yellow.
Blue.
Is it not? So
yes.
when they are attempting to try the test, if they know the passcode only, they can attempt.
Yes, alternatively, if you do not want that passcode kind of thing for your test, you can simply click on anyone. So when you will send the link, it will not ask you to enter any kind of passcode. Okay, so it will be open. Now I have made this test to anyone. Now when you will open that particular link again, it will not ask you to enter that passcode again. Like let's say I'm opening this link and it is still asking. Actually, I have not saved that particular setting. Go to settings.
Sir, we are provided passcode.
Yes.
The student, if they don't know the passcode, means by sending only they can know the password. Otherwise, there is no chance to know the passcode, I think.
Yes. You have to send the
Okay.
passcode to the students along with that link.
Okay, then only they can know.
Yes. Alternatively,
Oh.
what you can do is like this. I have make this test open, and you can now when students will open this test, they will be asked to enter their name only. They will not be
Okay.
asked to enter the passcode. You can alternatively make the test open to everyone.
Okay.
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 You cannot take this test again because I have taken this test already with this particular name. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
See, when I do it on Testmoz, every time I do a test, I have to log in and have a password, right, for the test. It's not like in Google Forms; it is saved in my drive. Once I do a form, it is saved in my drive, and I can reuse the form as many times as possible. But when I come to Testmoz, every time I log into Testmoz, I have to log in, set a password, and then create a test, right?
No, if you want to like edit your previous test that you have made earlier, you can
Huh.
simply log in. Okay.
No,
Uh,
I do not want to edit. See, I want the test to be saved up so that,
yes.
for the batch, I can give the same test again. But that will be accessible to many people, right? It will be available if one of the other students ask them to use the same password, then it will be there, right?
Uh, I didn't understand actually what you just said.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
what the thing is, when you are done with creating the test, uh, this link that you will share with your students,
Yes.
and you will need to open this link, and
Yes.
there will you will see the option of administrator, and administrator you have set a password that while creating that particular test, na,
Yeah.
you must have set a password. You need to
Huh.
log in using that password, and you will be able to change the test. And whenever you have to create a new test, and
Yeah.
then you need to click on create test and select the new password again,
Okay.
or you
No,
can
because
simply keep the same password with the different test name.
no, I was working simultaneously with you
Yes.
because when I also created a test of English.
Okay.
I got the same thing like testmoz.com 467, whatever ID you have given, no, 4673602. The
Yes.
same thing I got for my test also.
Okay.
Okay, so I got a bit confused because I was sending it to one of my friends, and then we got it back and we were testing the same thing. So I was confused as every time I log in, is it a fresh login or I'm logging in with my same ID? That is what was my confusion.
No, no, you will, as an administrator, you will be logging in using the same ID. That
Okay,
ID, as a teacher, I have
okay,
received this ID, this link.
uh,
Okay. You just need to make this link save with yourself, and
okay,
just need to paste it over here.
all
And
right,
for students, they need to enter their name and start taking the test. And you as an administrator, you just need to click
okay,
on this tab and enter the passcode for this test while that you have set while creating this test, and
okay,
log in. And after you log in, you will be able to make changes to your test
all right. Thank you
anytime.
so much. I will
Yes.
work upon it and get back to you again with doubts. Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
please.
Yeah, thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
सर लाइक गूगल फॉर्म एंड टेस्ट मोज और भी होते हैं इस तरह के टेस्ट के
Yes,
जिनसे हम ले सकते हैं बच्चों के
yes,
टेस्ट
there are a lot of tools available online you can take tests from. These are the common tools that we have discussed that are used commonly to take the tests. And the most common thing is Google Forms, and there's another tool that is MS Forms, Microsoft Forms, that are also used to take the tests.
ओके
And there are a lot of other tools also available online.
ओके सर थैंक यू
You're welcome.
Kashish,
Yes,
we have one query regarding the Google Classroom. Can you check a chat box?
uh, yes, sure. Uh, how can we arrange students' roll number wise in graded classroom? In graded in Google Classroom. Let me see if it is possible or not, because in the Google Classroom, what happens is I think they are sorted alphabetically. Oh, sorry, it is the students part, the teacher section. Yeah, here's an option to sort it by surname or sort it by first name. There's no such options to add roll number to them. So you can sort this list by their first name, as the roll numbers in most of the schools and colleges are defined by alphabetical students name. So you can do the same thing over here. So roll number kind of thing is not in the Google Classroom. So are we done with the session, or there are any other questions?
Yeah, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, whatever you have explained, Testmoz, okay, you are saying that it is better in many aspects as compared to what we say that Google Forms and all. There are some other features. I'm using Microsoft Forms. I am
Yes.
using this also. I think
Yes.
there is some app called quizmaker.com as well. I have used that as well.
Okay. Okay.
So, uh, exam.net also I'm using for the higher grades.
Okay.
Right. So, but still, as ma'am was asking, like, are there some another options also? Though I don't think many options are required. We can stick to one or two, but still, you see, we are in a habit of choosing. Okay, we can have some of the features of this or some of the features of that.
Yes.
So if you will be able to, because sir, I would like to say like these kind of formats, they even show like we are formally taking a test. But nowadays, if we are talking about we are taking the FAs, but for that, let us be something creative. So for that, I am either using a Padlet for the students and giving some queries. I said, okay, fine, you can add your answers on the Padlet
Okay.
or maybe some of the other things. So I wanted to explore some more digital tools that I can incorporate in my Google Classroom to make it more vibrant and you see exciting and engaging for the students.
Okay, actually there are tons of tools available online, and we have discussed that basic tools that are enough for teaching online, and that fulfills all the requirements that we need to teach online. And as you have mentioned, the exam.net and the other tools that you are using, and MS Forms we will be discussing in the add-on sections as well. And
Okay.
there are lots of tools. We cannot discuss each and every tool over here,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
the tools that we find helpful for the teachers, we have discussed it over here. And
Hmm.
if you find some other tools that you see that are helpful for them, you can take the reference of them. Or if you want to be creative and like you want any kind of ask any kind of questions or make anything possible in the forms, there are limitations in everything. There must be some kind of limitations is in like uh, a type of thing, and there
Yeah.
must be some kind of limitations in other as well. So the best possible way is to create a one website to take the tests. So in that you will have total uh, independence to like freedom to make any kind of changes and create any kind of logics that you want. But that will take a lot of time actually, and a lot of professionalism to create web development and all. Uh,
Yeah, that I agree to, sir. I was just asking, like in Google Forms. Yesterday, I just had a meeting with my team, and I told them like make the Google Forms as interactive as possible. But
yes,
they have given the questions like we have inserted YouTube links as well in that the students they are watching the video and then based on that they are answering the given questions,
yes.
pictures as well. So are all these things possible in like this platform that you have just shared right
Yes,
now?
yes, these are also possible in this, but if you want to insert a video, as you did in the Google Classroom, you have shared a particular link in that, है ना? You can do it as well, because that will be a text. Okay, so students will be able to see this link and be able to click that link and see the video. But here in this, you will get an option to embed a video directly in the form, but that
Mm-hmm.
option is paid, like in the paid version of this Testmoz. It is not available for free.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
That's nice, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
welcome.
Thanks for your valuable inputs that are really very helpful, sir. Thank you.
Yes, welcome.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So how much money we convert into Indian currency? The $50
Uh,
almost to pay.
we can see according to the current rate, $50. It
Yeah.
must be
Yeah.
nearly roughly 3,500. Like Currently it is
3,500 to 4,000. Yeah.
Okay, for
37,370.
institution, it's
This is
not
for
a big amount.
an year.
Okay, okay. For institution, it's not a big amount.
Yes. Also, there's a
Ah, yeah,
50%.
it's not a big amount.
Yes. And also there's a 50% discount if you are some kind of non-profit organization or something. There's a 50% discount. You will get it for $25 only.
Great, great. That's wonderful, sir.
Yes.
Then
It's
for
very
that, I
good.
guess we have to use our official IDs. I think so. To just.
Uh, I am not aware.
Thanks, Azhar. You're a very patient teacher. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm not aware about that we have to use our work email IDs or the personal email IDs.
No, I just was asking like, and I have registered for exam.net and it is asking, it is not taking the normal IDs. If I'm talking about Gmail ID and all, it asks only and only for the official ID that is made on my school domain name.
Yes.
So that's why I was like wondering maybe it is the same over here as well.
So, do you have your professional email IDs?
Yeah, we do have.
Yes, great.
Yeah.
Here's an option in Testmoz if you like buy the premium version of it for those schools who have their own custom email addresses for the students as well. You can select this anyone who enters an email address with that particular domain name of your school will be able to take the test. The students who does not have that particular email address of that school of yours will not be able to take the test.
Mhm.
So, is there anything else?
No, sir. It was wonderful, wonderful.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Wonderful session, sir.
Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot,
sir.
sir. Thanks a lot.
हम तो जाने वाले ही नहीं है आपसे बहुत पूछेंगे पर हम रहने देते हैं सर
जी
थैंक यू
जी और भी क्वेश्चंस है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं फ्रीली.
No, sir. I just want to add one more
नहीं
thing.
सर अब हम थक गए थैंक यू हम थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकल करते हैं फिर आपसे पूछते हैं सर
जी जी हम आपको असाइनमेंट भी देंगे आपको आप करेंगे प्रैक्टिकल फॉर श्योर करेंगे और जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी हम डिस्कस करेंगे एक सेशन अलग से होगा जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी वो डिस्कस करेंगे हम अलग से.
जी जी
Thanks a lot.
थैंक यू
Thanks a
सर
lot.
बाय बाय सर
बाय.
Bye, Kashish.
Bye, ma'am.
Yeah, sir, I just wanted to say one thing, the last thing before you leave.
Yes.
Actually, I am very fond of attending so many workshops, obviously for my professional development, and I want to give the best to my students, to my team. Whatever I learn from any of the workshop, I do share it with my colleagues, my students, so that they get best out of it. Yes. And would like to compliment, sir, like maybe since morning, this is my fourth workshop for today's workshop. Great. But you see, when I attend the workshops, like with the people like you who give hand-on experiences, it's really very good, sir. Very good for us. Thank you, sir. Very nice way of thinking.
Thanks for such a nice feedback.
Yeah. Thank you.